Welcome, everyone. I'm Kimberly Boschman, and this is the Intentionally Intuitive Podcast. In this episode, we're going to take a look at the numerology for the collective for July 2021, and then we're going to dive in deep into the energy around your own personal life path number. Before we get into the reading, I want to mention I have a new service and I'm super excited about it. It's very much aligned with these videos that I put out each month. So if this is something that you enjoy, then I think this is going to be an offering that you'll also enjoy. So basically, it's called Understanding the Journey Q&A. So you ask the questions, I give you the answers or the confirmation or clarity. So it's clarity through the numbers, and it's basically energy and numerology fusion. If you purchase this service, it includes a free full numerology report, which is around a $22 value, absolutely free. And so really it's like, what questions do you have pertaining to your current circumstances? What would you like to know about where you might be headed? With this service, I'll use your own personal numerology report, which I will read both practically and intuitively, to offer guidance and clarity on your questions around career, purpose, relationships, or just life in general. This service is meant to help empower you for when you make your decisions and to help you better understand your own personal journey as you continue to move forward. So much clarity can be gained through a better understanding of how the energy of the numbers that our own soul purposely chose before coming to Earth and how they impact our daily lives and the purpose we are meant to show up to daily. So, feeling stuck? Need confirmation or clarity? Let's dive in and take a closer look. This service includes, again, your full personal numerology report that's free. That's going to be my gift to you. A message from the animal spirits, and then guidance and clarity for your most pressing questions pertaining to, again, career, purpose, relationships, and life in general. So if that sounds like something that interests you, then head on over to my website. Under personalized services, you will find this offering and you can book some time with me. I will also leave a link in the description box below. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into the reading for July 2021. So July is a 3 universal cycle. And so collectively, we will feel the influences of this energy throughout the month. What's interesting is that 3 energy is often sort of larger than life, big energy that needs to be moving and seen. It's a very creative, fire-like energy that burns quickly. However, for much of this month, there will be opportunities to sort of stand back and become the observer. So stop, look, and listen before taking that leap. This month will ask you to find grace, not only for self, but also for others. Surrender and acceptance for what you cannot control or change will serve you better than jumping to conclusions or making mountains out of molehills when that isn't the mountain that you're meant to be climbing. Those things that you feel like you have to force, they're not for you, and it will be sort of impossible to maintain that energy. Effort is a good thing and needed to reach our goals, but there's a difference between showing up and putting in the effort as opposed to trying to force something into existence. So pay attention to how you're expending your energy here. Oftentimes, all we need is a change in perspective to shift our actions, which then allows everything to flow much more smoothly. No force needed. So this month, things won't always be as they appear. Pay attention to the details before making your mind up about something and allow some room for movement. Don't hold on to those opinions too strongly. Be as open-minded as possible because things you thought you were sure of or that you thought you knew might just surprise you. If you can loosen your grip a bit this month and go with the universal flow, then affairs will take care of themselves quite easily, without force. Give up the control. You're not going to miss out on what's meant for you, okay? It might not happen to your predetermined timeline, but what's meant for you will show up when it is time. You can't mess that up. I think that's really important to remember. What's yours will find you. Communication is going to be key this month. So remember, communication is a two-way street where all parties need to be involved for it to work. In your conversations, are you communicating or are you attempting to influence? I'm going to ask that question again. In your conversations, are you actually communicating or are you attempting to influence? There's a difference. Open the lines of communication without the need to influence the others involved. Also, pay attention to your mindsets this month. Thoughts create actions, which create outcomes. So, is a change of view or mindset in order for you this month? That's going to be key. Again, don't force anything and pay attention to your mindsets. This month is definitely an interesting energy. Things can happen as if by magic with the less force you exert. Yes, you will have to put in the effort, but when that effort shifts to force, then you are then getting in your own way and impeding the process. So pay attention to where it is that you are moving your oars and steering the ship along with the flow of the universe, and where it is that you have turned the boat around and are desperately trying to force yourself against the current, against the flow. Which one feels more sustainable to you? Go with that one. And presumably it's going to be the one that you don't have to force. This energy this month has a lot to show us in how to make life much more easy and to release the struggle. Okay, 22 fours. So I pulled an animal spirit card for you all, and you got Frog Spirit. And Frog Spirit says, clear out the clutter. So I feel like this month for you all is going to be an opportunity for you to release the things that no longer serve you or that are depleting your energy, and to invest more into the things that actually are working, right? So could find that you have opportunities for a lot of release this month, but you're releasing the things that just aren't working anyway. So if anything, I kind of see it as like going through your closet and getting rid of those clothes that you wore in high school, but you're now in your 40s because you're just not going to wear them again, right? And, invest in yourself enough to be able to go and purchase clothes that actually suit you, that actually work for you at this stage in your, like where you're at in this stage of your life, right? So it's like, don't cling to or hoard on to those things that are just there. Time to get rid of it. Time to create space. Time to get rid of those things that no longer serve you. Clear that clutter. And it can't, it doesn't necessarily just have to be about the physical. It can be about clearing the mind of the clutter. So if there's anything that's keeps surfacing for you in your mind, any kind of mindset that's just old news and just needs to go, then this is going to be the time to, work with a mindset coach or, just figure out a way that works for you to shift that mindset. Because like I said in the intro, the mindset creates the action, creates the outcome. And so this is going to be a time for you to really pay attention to the mindsets and see which ones are cluttering up the space of the mind and which ones are actually serving you, and get rid of the ones that aren't working. Same thing with relationships, with the job, whatever the case may be. If there is, wherever within your life there is clutter, it is time to get rid of it. Time to spring clean or fall clean, whichever hemisphere you're in. So Frog is very wise in saying clear out the clutter. I think you guys are going to have some opportunities this month to do that, or at least to decide whether you want to do that or not. And it's going to be very supported for you to be able to do that. So I broke the month down into 4 weeks. And what's interesting is like right out of the gate for July, the very first week, you can see this energy coming to play. It's like you are being asked to release something, but you're so afraid to let it go because maybe it's like been a part of your life for a while, even though you haven't used it. It's like that old saxophone that's been sitting in the corner since grade school that you've never picked up since you graduated from grade school, but you keep it because someday you might want to play it again, right? But it's like that saxophone could serve somebody else much better, somebody maybe in school themselves who's in band but can't afford a brand new saxophone. So maybe they could get your saxophone. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's almost like there are things within your realm that need to be released, that you need to get rid of. You need to go through and just clear the clutter. And you're hesitant to do that for that age-old fear that we all have of, well, but someday I might need it. And if you haven't needed it in, 2, 5, 10, 15, 30 years, chances are you're not going to need it again. And if you do need it again, chances are you'll be able to obtain it, right? In some way. So I just feel like you're going to have an opportunity at the beginning of the month to really figure out like what's bogging you down, like what's creating that chaos within your space, because it just doesn't need to be there, right? It's just creating energy that doesn't need to be there, and it's just convoluting everything. So, and it sounds crazy, but it's like things can do that. So it's like, even if you have like, a closet full of junk that you just hold on to, but that you don't actually need or use, that those things all hold energy. And so it's like, they are all taking up some kind of energetic space. So you have an opportunity this month to get rid of those things that are taking up energy that don't need to be, right? Because energy wants to be like used, right? It needs to be in constant motion, so to speak. So it's like, if you're not using the energy, then it's not serving a purpose. So get rid of it so that it can serve a purpose to somebody who actually needs it. Okay. So I do feel like you're going to have an opportunity to do that. And then you can focus your energy on those things that actually support you or require your energy or fill you up, right? That aren't just taking up space. So definitely see that coming in right out of the gate in July. Second week, it's interesting. It's almost like you clear the clutter the first week, and then all of a sudden there's all this space for these new ideas and inspiration and motivation to come rushing into you. And that's great for 22s because you guys are the master builder, right? Like, it's like you love those new ideas, those new visions that you can sink your teeth into and start, get to work and start creating and building. And I feel like you just need to clear out some of the clutter to create the space for those new ideas. So if you let's just use like writing. If you feel like you've had writer's block for a while, try clearing out some of that clutter and opening up the space, right? Letting new air in. And I'll bet you any money you'll start to see those ideas come in. That writer's block will go out the window. So definitely seeing new ideas, inspirations, new people could come into your life at this time. Feels very work related. Very inspired action. It's kind of like people coming in to motivate you or to assist you in the next step. But this next step feels very much, it doesn't feel as heavy, right? It's like the beginning of the week beginning of the month feels a little heavy because you've got all that stuff kind of bogging you down, right? And it can just be things bogging you down. And so take that opportunity to clear it out and start fresh. And then that second week, you've created the space for the people, the places, the things, whatever, to call to you, to come in, to support you so that you can get started on whatever it is that you want to get started on. It's like if you had a dry spell for a little while, all of a sudden, you clear the clutter and then the dam opens and the water comes rushing in. So beautiful energy that second week for sure. Third week, interesting, it's almost like a storyline. It's a very clear storyline for you all for July. It's like the first week you need to get rid of the clutter, get rid of what's bogging you down, what's weighing you down, right? Second week, you have like new ideas, new inspiration coming in. You feel really motivated. And then third week, we see this beautiful energy of like collaboration, like working with other people, communication, really like inspiring other people or taking other people's inspirations and actually building something from that like assists them or like assists the neighborhood or whatever the case may be. Like maybe somebody has a really great idea about playground or something like that for your community, and they bring those ideas to you because they know you're the builder, and you create that, you build that. So it's kind of like this energy of like working with other people, collaborating with other people, having a higher purpose, like a divinely guided purpose, in creating something, but it's through the collaboration and working with others. So definitely see, like, this could be a situation where people are coming, like calling into you to get you to do something for them, like contract labor or something like that, or commissioning a piece or something like that. But they're coming to you for your expertise to build what they to help them build their vision, basically. So really beautiful energy that week. If you own your own business, you may see an influx of clients coming in. If you don't own your own business, you may want to start your own business. Or if you work for somebody, you may see new projects coming in that are actually exciting for you and that you can have bring your own creative flair to. So again, really beautiful energy. And then the last week, I just see this, like, people celebrating you, like really feeling like, or it's just you in that mood of like, just feeling really happy and joyful and celebration, real celebratory energy of where you're like celebrating your successes or celebrating somebody else's successes. And maybe you contributed to that success in some way, but it just feels like a coming together with people that you care about, friends, family, colleagues, but there's a very like jovial energy around this. And so, yeah, I just feel like if you can focus, especially at the beginning of the month, on clearing the clutter, going through your closets, going through your garage, going through those rooms that, you have become kind of the storage areas, and really like sitting with each item and being like, do I really need this? Or could this serve somebody else? And do I need to get rid of it? I feel like the more space you can create, then you're opening up that energy to receive so much more that's more aligned, right? That can actually serve you. So yeah, and then at the end of the month, just really celebrating. And I just see this a lot of happy energy. There's a lot to be excited about, grateful for, and celebrate. And I feel like that's even celebrating a lot of your success as well. So yeah, beautiful energy this month, 22s for you all. A little bit of work for you at the beginning of the month, I feel like, and maybe throughout the month with that clearing the clutter. But overall, beautiful energy, great momentum forward, great inspiration and motivation. So yeah, embrace it, harness it, and enjoy it. Have fun with it. All right, thanks everyone. Take care, and I will see you all again soon. Bye for now.